Hey you guys, Dr. Sharma here, about to talk to you about the 5 top lifestyle happiness scale reported happiest subspecialties on a 2018 survey by Medscape. And those are the 5 of the lowest percentage that say that they were the unhappiest outside of work. Let's get started. First and foremost, dermatology, not surprisingly, 58% stating that they're extremely happy outside of work. The compensation for that subspecialty is also quite high, with dermatology coming in at 5th below other subspecialties on the highest compensation reported physician salaries. Next is emergency medicine, also at 58%, stating that they were the happiest outside of work. Part of this on another survey was that their compensation was also quite high, and they're one of the highest specialties to also report that they felt most fairly compensated. Part of the reason might be that they're a very hourly based work specialty. They're at work for a certain number of time for a certain shift, and they can choose to work extra shifts or work less shifts depending on where they are in their business, with their employer, how well they know everybody, etc. It's a very hourly based specialty that really definitely feels compensated for the hours worked for the most part, according to these surveys. Ophthalmology is also at number 3, one of the highest physician medical specialties that feels most compensated and happiest, according to 2 different surveys in 2018. While ophthalmology is not quite in the top 10 of the highest compensated medical specialties, it definitely has something to say with more of the hours worked in office, therefore maybe leading to less stress, and less stressful lifestyle also leading to more happiness. Plastic surgery is next on the list at 56%, stating that they're the happiest most outside of work. They also have a very high compensation, definitely reaching in the top 10 of the medical specialties with the highest compensation reported on surveys in 2018. Along with that, on the reports on the physician burnout survey, they are actually one of the lowest percentage that those reported for physician burnout. Next is urology at 56%. But this is kind of interesting because on a survey of physician burnout, urology is one of the amongst the highest of percentage of physicians' surveys stating that they were burned out. Those 2 surveys of urologists as a subspecialty is a little bit contradictory, but I think it could be explained of maybe the lower number of physicians in that subspecialty, as there aren't as many residency spots and maybe that many training physicians out there in this rather smaller subspecialty. And in addition, urology as a compensation report is still in the top 10 of the other subspecialties. Those coming in at the lowest percentage to state that they were happy outside of work, number 1, is neurology at 46%. Neurology was also one of the subspecialties that reported the highest percentage of physician burnout. In fact, it was number 2 highest at 53%. Next is internal medicine at 44%, stating that they're happiest outside of work. A specialty that is well known to have very long work hours inside of the hospital, very long hours requiring paper charting in electronic medical records. They were also the 4th highest medical specialty to report physician burnout. Next, surprisingly, is infectious disease, which is usually as an inpatient consulting service as well as an outpatient office service. They were the 8th highest subspecialty report physician burnout, and about 44% stating that they were happiest outside of work. The subspecialty of cancer, oncology, was 42%, coming at the almost number 1 at the lowest of happiness outside of work. They were number 10 on the high end of physician compensation of all the medical subspecialties, and maybe part of that happiness is coming from the scope of that specific practice. Cardiology is the number 1 at 40%, stating that they were happiest outside of work, saying that they're on this survey the least happy of the medical subspecialties. Cardiologists were also number 3 of the highest compensated specialties, coming up at $423,000 on average per year on compensation. And in terms of physician burnout, about 43% on the survey reporting that they were burned out. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and please comment below if you guys have any questions or comments. Thanks.